Hello.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
And who have we got with
this
us today?
this is Ray with Danger Aware.
Oh, hey, Ray. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Good, mate. Good to
So
finally chat.
yeah,
I've got my box of Danger Aware goodies here. Um, had him sitting here for. Actually, Chloe was wearing one of the t-shirts when we were in Wales. Um, I gave a few bits and pieces to the kids as well. So, just for those who don't know about Danger Aware, can you give us a rundown on what you guys do and what your mission is and things like that?
absolutely.
Got one of my.
Let you don't mind if I go on and on and on, right?
No, fire away, fire away.
All right. Let's start with why we got started. All right. So I have an older sister. I'm the 11th of 12 kids. All right. My oldest living sister is 77, 78 years old. She just turned 78.
Wow.
And when she was 7, she was kidnapped.
Oh.
She still has nightmares from the incident. And she went through life, keeping it in, holding it in, not telling people how it affected her. And so eventually she wrote a little story about it and put it in her safe and said, when I die, people are going to find my story and then everyone's going to know the truth. And for a while, that made her feel better, but it wasn't enough. So she went on to write a little book called Stranger in the House, a Testimonial. And we took that book and we made it into a digital ebook and we put it on our website. And that's how it all started. We were just trying to make these books and give them out to people. And the books don't tell anything harmful. They don't talk about any actual abuse, but they talk about situations that are so easy to step on into abuse that children need to be aware of these situations. And if they feel uncomfortable, they need to be able to speak out. Yeah. And we looked online when we wrote the book and put that online, she prints them up and then goes and distributes them for free to pediatrician offices, child cares, and so on. And she's been doing that for like 15 years now.
Yeah.
So I was watching videos on YouTube, of course, some of them yours and some of them others. And of course, you have caught some predators. And that inspired me to call her and say, you need to write a new book. You need to create a new book called Stranger on the Internet. Now, honestly, we still do not have that book out.
Yeah.
Because once we started discussing what do we need to put in the book and how do we need to go about doing this, it snowballed. It just rolled into such a big project. We understood there was no way we could do it alone. And we understood that this is bigger than us. So we started looking. And we looked on the internet for abuse prevention websites. And every single site I could find is geared for adults to teach adults, if you're in child care or if you're in adult care, here are the laws you must follow to do your job. That was it. And there are thousands of those sites. They are everywhere because they get government funding.
Of course.
And because they get government funding, they can go and put whatever they want to put up there. And as long as people are being educated about what they have to do legally, then they get their funding and they're doing their job. But there was nobody out there who is addressing abuse awareness directly with children. Yes. Nobody looked. And so we said, we've got to do this. Why has nobody done this? It's unreal that nobody is actually saying, hey, kids, come check out this site where you're going to learn personal rights and how to recognize things that turn into abuse. Yes. Now, we're never going to show actual abuse on our website. That is not our mission. We're never going to call out any particular person, industry, or whatever, because that's not our mission. Our mission is to educate the young and vulnerable about the early stages of abuse so they can call the early stages out and prevent the later version. And so that's what we're doing. And we just put out a new cartoon. We don't have very many followers on our YouTube channel. So, if you'd like to push people over
Oh,
there, we'd love
absolutely.
it.
If you want to,
But
if you want to throw up a link in the side
yeah,
chat there again, I'll be able to pop that up for you. No problem.
yeah, we just put out a 5-minute cartoon. It didn't, I had it contracted. It wasn't something that I personally did, but I told them what I wanted and they put it out for us. So there it is. There's the link to it.
Oh, great. I'll pop that up here.
And it's only 5 minutes long. It's not a big deal. And in fact, the actual educational part of it is probably only about 3 minutes because I've got my introduction to our cartoons, because this is actually our first official cartoon. And so I'm working on another cartoon called for the Bagillagers, which, I've sent you messages about before.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm using bugs and the Bagillagers as I am, there are all kinds of bugs, even just in ants alone. I've learned this. There are thousands of species, and their colors range from black to red to yellow to green. They're amazing, and they work together, and that's what we're trying to show. We want to show you got to work together with others, and we want to show that, hey, everybody's different, but everybody can contribute something. And that's basically what we're doing. Our mission is to educate the young and vulnerable about the early stages of abuse through play and entertainment. And so if anybody out there has any suggestions on what we could add to what we're already doing, please contact us and say, hey, you should try to do this. And, I went through this, and if I had learned this when I was 4 years old, then I would have been able to do this, and I wouldn't have had to go through what I went through. And that's what we're trying to do. We're calling on people who have gone through it and can look back now and say, if I could speak to my 5-year-old self, here's what I would have said. And because what would you say to yourself? You would love yourself more than anybody in the world. And if you could go back to your 5-year-old self and say, listen to me, this will change your world. You've got to watch for this.
That would be I think that'd be brilliant. Like, I totally agree with you. I think with the online stuff, even, my nieces and nephews and stuff, I'm constantly at them, like, please just be more careful online, because it's a scary place out there. Like, it really can be.
And one of our other, our main rules is that we're not here to contact children directly. Our games and stuff, they're not sign-upable. You just go play the game. You visit the website. You read our comics. You don't have to sign up for anything. Now, we do have contests, and we do have a newsletter. And so adults can sign up for either of those. And then on the adults signing up on the contest, they can enter their child entry into our contest app. And then the child can visit the page every day, no sign-in required, and click a like up on their entry to give it more likes to get, who wins. And so, we don't have a lot of traction yet. We're still very new, and we haven't had a lot of funding. So all of our stuff is fairly basic and fairly primitive. The more funding we get in the future, we will be able to do more. My sister, like I said, 78 years old, she sold 2 houses. She's she has rental properties. Her husband's a locksmith, and he trained me to be a locksmith when I was 14. And so anyway, they're great people. And so she sold 2 houses to buy the property for Danger Aware.
Oh, that's amazing.
Then she leased it to Danger Aware at 50% the going rate for 20 years with a 20-year re-up and first option to buy. So even as she passes, which, will eventually happen, the property will remain Danger Aware and the rent will remain 50% forever, at least until we can afford to buy the building as the organization. And so that's all that she's done to get us where we're at. And we need help. We need more suggestions. I'm seeing people saying on there that they've got suggestions for cartoons. Great. Contact us. Look at our comics. Come up with something new. We want to reach everybody. So we want to use all kinds of different things. We don't want everything to be the Bugillagers. We don't want everything to be our twin characters, which are called Solari and Talar. They're 4-year-old twins. And in fact, they are fans of the Bugillagers. That's why we built the Bugillagers, because we started with the twins, and the twins get into situations, and one of the games we're developing called Choices allows you to choose where do the twins go after this situation happens. And then if they get a good, better, or best answer, and goes on from there. But we need more funding to get that actually out there.
That'd be absolutely awesome. So guys, if any of you have any ideas or anything that you'd like to send on, where's the best place for them to get in touch with you?
Yeah, our website is just dangeraware.org, .org, not .com, because we're a nonprofit. And you can email me directly at info, at dangeraware.org. And I will read your email and reply. So please, we need all the help we can get. Nobody's ever done what we've done. So we don't have like a roadmap. We can go, oh, let's go do what the Shriners did, you know, because nobody's done what we're doing. So we're breaking the trail. And we really need other people to come in and say, because, you know, not all kinds of abuse are the same. You know, there's not just a sexual assault as abuse. There is physical, mental, emotional, and even spiritual if you're into that abuse. So, you know, we understand, even though most of our employees and board members are religious, not all of us are, but Danger Aware is a non-religious organization. We will not go with any religion, and we've had to lose funding because we won't put religious materials on our website. And so that makes it a restriction for us, because we have to say, no, if we start supporting Muslims, then all the Christians are going to go, well, we're not going to visit your site. Yeah. And so we need to be worldwide. We need to be for everybody, no matter who you are, where you were raised. We're not trying to preach. We're not trying to, you know, indoctrinate. We're just trying to tell people you have the right to speak up. If you feel uncomfortable, tell somebody. If the first person you tell doesn't do anything, tell somebody else. If that person can't help, tell somebody else. Keep telling until somebody helps. And we're also of the mind that stranger danger did more harm than it did good. Because just look at the news and all the channels that I watch anyway, more than half are abused by people they know. And a lot of them have run to strangers to get help. And the reality is, if you're in a large family group, and this is the statistics I've looked up through the federal government and all that, it's a 1 in 7 chance that a family member is going to abuse you. Okay, so if you've got 8 people in your family, chances are one of them's going to abuse you in some manner. All right, so that's what we're trying to do. And the only thing we can see that's missing is education. People don't realize that when somebody comes up and they overly friendly and they've never met you before, it's probably something you should be wary about, you know, because just because they're trying to be friendly right now, that's usually the first step towards eventual abuse. Yeah. So we have a, you know, go to our site. I get, like I said, I could talk forever if you want to keep me online, but we've got a lot of stuff on our website. You can tell I'm very passionate about this.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I've been learning animation for the last 3 years. So I've been learning to put this stuff together, but I'm a computer programmer from the word go, and I'm a network administrator. I love doing computer work. I do not love animating. So we need people who want to do animating to come to work for us and volunteer because we don't have any funding and put some cartoons together for us that teach about abuse awareness. It doesn't have to be the main theme of your cartoon. It just needs to be in there somewhere, you know? So take a look at what we've already started, what we're trying to do. And if you can help, we need the help. We need people
Absolutely.
helping by creating stories. We need people helping by writing scripts. We need people helping by creating new bugs for us to use. And another project I'm currently trying to get funding for is called Adopt a Character. And so right now we're at the point where I can create, literally, you're not going to believe this, 485 undecillion individual characters from a single animation puppet. So basically, I got a specific ant. We call it the red harvester ant. And I've created it in such a way that I can create more ants in animation than exist in the world.
That's absolutely amazing.
And so
can you give us that email address again, actually?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. It's info@dangeraware.org. So let me type here. There you go. And yeah, please email me if you got any ideas, suggestions, anything to help. Of course, we'll also accept funding, you know.
Of course,
but
yeah.
we're looking more for people who know what it's like to go through what we've gone through as well. And it's not, like I said, I went through the abuses I went through. My sister went through the abuses that she went through. They are certainly different. And whatever abuses you went through, they're going to be different. And it's true for everybody. So we cannot say, oh, this is what you need to do every time, because we don't know. We don't know every form of abuse, and nor could we tell you how to fix that form of abuse. But we're trying to work from the core of almost all forms of abuse start like this and advance like this. And it always gets worse. It never gets better if you don't call it out. That's the main thing that needs to be done. That's the thing that is not done now. And I hate to go into blaming a particular type of industry, but we all know what has been going on in the churches over the last 2 decades. And not only the last decade, but what has been being
I've got something going on here. I've got 2 calls connected at the same time.
Yeah, go ahead. I understand. Guys, visit our website. Email me, help whatever you can. That's it.
I would thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. I'm having a problem with this new dialer right now. So I don't even know how to end the call. Can you guys hear me?
I'll go ahead and hang up, and that should clear your line.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much.
Great talking.
And you too. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Take care. See you soon.
All right. Bye.
See ya. All right. So, yeah, I'm having a problem with my dialer. Somebody else rang there.